Welcome to episode 7 of Crazy Dave's Crazy Reels. I am your host, Crazy Dave. On this week 16 edition of the show, we got Cowboys versus Eagles highlights, Dolphins versus Raiders highlights, Patriots versus Bills highlights, playoff scenarios, and an exclusive interview with Pats head coach Roscoe Blaze. Let's get into it. The Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Dallas Cowboys. Wentz hands it off, he runs to the left side, he takes it to the house, first score of the game, Eagles up 7-0 early. Carson Wentz with the play fake, stays patient, finds his man, Reagor, on the side of that end zone, gets the touchdown, it's 14-0, 14-11 at this point. Eagles get the touchdown and the win, 28-17. Let's switch over to the NFC playoff picture. All of the divisions have been decided. The Washington football team has won the NFC East. The Green Bay Packers have won the NFC North. The Buccaneers have won the NFC South. And the 49ers have won the NFC West. Now, there is one wild card playoff position left. The number 7 seed, which is currently held by the Atlanta Falcons at 9-5-1. In order for the Falcons to secure that wild card spot, they need a win this week in Week 17 against the Buccaneers. That would bring them to 10-5-1 on the season, and they would win that last playoff spot. The Saints and the Rams are in the hunt. The Saints can take that wild card spot with a win versus the Panthers and a loss from the Falcons. Actually, a loss or a tie from the Falcons, I should say. That would bring the Saints to 10-6, and it would bring the Falcons to either 9-6-1 or 9-5-2. The Los Angeles Rams could get that last wild card spot with a win versus the Cardinals, a loss or a tie by the Saints, and a Falcons loss or tie. That is how the NFC playoff picture shakes out for Week 17. The Miami Dolphins taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Dolphins strike first with a touchdown. They're up 7-0. Later in the first quarter, 3rd and 24, McDonald is back to pass. He throws. He gets the catch into the end zone. It's 14-0. Raiders trying to come back, trying to make this a game. Mariota takes a deep shot down the field, gets the touchdown. It is 14-10 at this point. End of the second quarter. The Dolphins score right before the half. 21-10 here in the third quarter. McDonald, he's back to pass. Looking. He goes deep for Godwin. Gets him. He runs it into the end zone. 28-10 at this point. The Dolphins are just running away with this. Late third quarter, 28-10, same score. McDonald finds DeAndre Hopkins with the catch and run. Gets the touchdown. Miami Dolphins just ran away with this game, literally. 49-24 is your final. McDonald with 6 touchdown passes. The Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. Josh Allen just throws up a prayer, but he's got his man for the opening touchdown of the game. That was the very first play after a false start penalty. Next Bills possession, Josh Allen's looking again. He's looking. He finds Mooney. Gets the touchdown. 14 to 3 at this point. Second quarter, Cam Newton finds his man, gets the touchdown. 14-10. Patriots did drive the field, and they got this field goal before the half. It's 14-13. This game is getting good. Josh Allen just won't quit. He won't die. finds Mooney again for another touchdown. The Bills up 20-13 at this point. Cam Newton trying to keep his boys in it. Murphy Jr. gets the pick. He takes it to the house. He's got to show off and hold the ball out. Gets the touchdown, 27-13. Cam Newton looking again. He finds Patterson. He takes it to the house. We got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It is 27-20. Can the Patriots pull this off? Cannon gets the handoff, makes a guy miss, gets the touchdown. 34-27. Cam Newton trying to bring his guys back. He's looking. He tries to find. Gets an interception. 34-27 is your final. The AFC playoff picture looks like this as of right now. We got all the divisions are pretty much locked up except for the AFC East. They got a big game this week, Week 17. Dolphins and Bills. That's going to decide the division winner. The Chargers coming out of the West. They got the number 1 seed. They also clinched home field advantage. Got the Cleveland Browns. They won the AFC North, and the Indianapolis Colts won the AFC South. There is 2 wild card spots open in the American Football Conference as of right now. The Steelers and Jacksonville Jaguars are holding on to those last 2, number 6 and number 7 seeds. In order for the Steelers to get the wild card, they have to have a win against the Cleveland Browns this week. That is their only scenario, win and in. Jacksonville has the same scenario, a win and in. They have to face the Indianapolis Colts. You don't know, the Colts might be resting starters, don't want to risk injuries going into the playoffs. They already have the AFC South locked up. But Jacksonville can get that last playoff spot with a win versus the Colts. The Jaguars could also move up to the 6th seed if the Steelers drop the game, and that's just opening a whole nother can of worms. The Las Vegas Raiders are in the hunt. They can get the wild card position with a win versus the Denver Broncos and a Pittsburgh loss or a Jacksonville loss. That would inject them. They have to win and then get a Steeler or Jacksonville loss to get a playoff spot. The New England Patriots, they can get a wild card with a win versus the Jets and a Raiders loss, a Jacksonville loss, or a Steelers loss. The Raiders would definitely have to lose. They do have a scenario where if the Patriots win versus the Jets and the Raiders win versus Denver, and there's a loss by the Steelers and there's a loss by the Jaguars, that would put the Raiders and the Patriots in the last 2 playoff spots. We'll see how it all shakes out in Week 17. All right, I'm on the phone with New England Patriots head coach Roscoe Blaze. How you doing, Coach?
What's going on, man? Doing good.
Hey, I just wanted to get your opinion. You guys got a game versus the New York Jets this week, Week 17. Your current playoff scenario, you're kind of in the hunt. You're not really in a wild card spot. But in order to get a wild card spot, I have written down here that you need a win versus the Jets, you need a Raiders loss, a Jacksonville loss, or a Steelers loss. Or you have another scenario where you can win against the Jets, and the Raiders win against Denver, and then you get a loss from the Steelers and a loss from the Jaguars. Both Las Vegas Raiders and New England Patriots would then get into the wild card playoffs. Are you kind of like optimistic on how what you think is going to happen? You know, I know a lot of this is out of your control, but what would it mean to the New England Patriots if everything lined up and you were able to sneak in to the wild card playoffs?
If I'm able to sneak in, it'll help me get away from all the mistakes I've made through the season. A couple losses that we shouldn't have had. We had the game in the bag, let us slip away. And I did have it in my hands against the Bills, and I let that slip away. So now my playoff hopes are in the hands of people that I think will not help me out in the long run.
Right. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, they are in a position to, win the AFC East this year if they are able to get past them, them cheesy Miami Dolphins. What do you think? What do you think about the AFC East this year? Do you think the Bills are going to take the division, or do you think the Miami Dolphins are going to take the division?
Just looking at the last game that they played, I'd have to say the Dolphins will take it. I'm not going for neither one. I hope they tie. But I got I guess low key I could be probably rooting for the Bills. Doesn't really matter. But I got maybe the defense will probably pull it off at the end of the day.
Last question I have for you. You have a first round pick from the Chicago Bears. What you thinking about doing with that?
Let's just say that pick may be higher than what it says. Soon to come.
Oh, I feel like that's a shot.
No, not a shot at the Bears. Just saying that 2 may not be a 2, may be higher. Even if the Bears loses another game and the person who currently holds the number 1 pick loses another game.
I got you. Hey, I appreciate your time. Good luck in your game versus the Jets. And may the odds be in your favor with other teams losing and trying to get in. I know you kind of hate being in a scenario like that. You'd rather be in a win and in situation. But wherever it ends up, good luck to you. And I thank you very much for being a guest on Crazy Dave's Crazy Reels.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
And that is all the time that I have on episode 7 of Crazy Dave's Crazy Reels. Good luck to all the teams in playoff situations. It's been a fantastic year, and I thank all of you for watching all the episodes of this show.